Hey there, fellow modelers. That's Face here with you with the round 2 reissue of the Polar Lights 1/1000 scale NX-01 Enterprise from the last series, Star Trek Enterprise. I've already opened it up, taken the parts out of the baggies and had a bit of a look at them, but nevertheless, start with an unboxing here. Still getting over my cold, as you may be able to tell from the sound of my voice. Instruction sheet is fairly simple. Two-sided sheet of paper. Assembly looks very simple. Just two basic steps. There's the saucer assembly here, and then the nacelle assembly here. Really very simple, very basic. And then the decal placement instructions are on the other side. The main hull parts, saucer diameter is about 6 inches across. Detail is pretty impressive. You can see, I don't know if you can make out, but there's all these little hatches are well molded across the whole surface. There's a lot of detail around the entire ship. Obviously not as well detailed as on the larger scale, the 350th scale Enterprise, but nevertheless pretty impressive. But yeah, you can see here's like the torpedo tubes on the lower saucer. There's the 6 of them, the 4 forward aiming ones and 2 aft aiming ones, and then there's the doors for the shuttle bay are visible there. And, I believe that's supposed to be the bridge turbo shaft to the left of the rear of the bridge dome. Yeah, molding is pretty impressive. I'm quite satisfied with the level of detail for a model of this size. All told, this part is about maybe 7 and change inches long. I'm seeing there's a little bit of flash on the inside of the booms here, but nothing major. Nothing a little bit of cleanup won't take care of. Moving on from there, here are the clear parts. Here's the domes for the warp nacelle end caps, the Bassard collectors, and these are the grills running down the sides. Impulse engines here. I guess these would be the braces for the stand. Few other odds and ends I can't readily identify, but pretty well detailed. Getting into the smaller parts, these would appear to be saucer sidewall parts. With you can see there's molded windows in them, but nothing quite as elaborate as clear window inserts like the larger scale ships have. It'd be nice, but you know, at this scale you can't really expect them to go quite that crazy. A few more detail parts. I don't know what most of these are. I'll have to take a closer look at the instructions. But I think all that I'm really readily able to identify is the deflector dishes. I believe the bottom one here is for Enterprise. The one on top is for Columbia NX-02. Polar Lights thoughtfully included the option for both ships, which have a slightly different deflector dish. So that's pretty cool. The warp nacelle halves are about 5 inches long. Quite well detailed, actually. Otherwise, not really a whole lot to say. Just simple two-piece halves. The clear caps stick into the end, and the clear grills stick down the sides. Not much else to say beyond that. The base, you can see here, is vaguely in the shape of Enterprise, though very much simplified. Not much else to say beyond that. I don't know if I'm going to use this one or if I'm going to do like my Classic Series Enterprise and the Klingon ship and build my own base. Finally, here we're into the decal set, which has options for Enterprise and for Columbia, NX-01 and NX-02. Otherwise, there's the cargo bay doors for the top and bottom of the saucer. There's this grid pattern on that's on the front of the saucer. I believe this is the saucer's airlock staging area on the aft portion of the ship. A few more other grid lines, etc., etc. Hopefully I'll have more luck with these decals than I did with the decals for my large scale NX-01, which gave me no end of problems. That decal sheet was old. I had decals shatter on me. Oh, it was just a nightmare. But these being brand new, this kit was only just reissued a few months ago, so it shouldn't be a problem. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna do basic assembly of it in a day or two, and then decide from there when I'm gonna get to painting it, because it is molded in vaguely in color. It's sort of this metallic gray color, which is probably more or less the color I'm going to use when I do paint it. I'm not going to bother with the Aztec scheme. I'm not going to go nuts like that because, well, it's such a small ship. It just seems like overkill, and I don't want to have to go out and buy vinyl templates like I did for my larger scale Polar Lights kits. I mean, they look great. They really do. They look amazing, but on a model this small, no, I can't say that I'm gonna bother. But well, no, it looks like it'll be a fun little build, and I should be able to knock it out in about 10 days or so. So yeah, stay tuned for that.